Hey y'all, it's January, sometime mid-January, and the year 2021, which I have been writing, is 20201. Just wanted to walk around and show you what's new. Nothing's new over here. Everything's still asleep. Everything here is still asleep, except for this hollyhock, which has made some more leaves. Super exciting. I've been doing a lot of work over here lately, so that's mostly what I'm going to show today. I have planted all of the remaining chestnuts that I germinated last year. Just these are peaches. These ones are peaches, and then those ones in the front they're very small. And I've put a lot of fennel branches around just to keep the cats off of them, to keep any neighborhood critters discouraged from digging. And then I've also planted some California poppy and some flax, just transplanted from other places. So this is new, this is old, this is new. I put down a bunch of cardboard and wood chips. Starting to build out a bed in this corner. And I also made this cute little fence. It's, about 18 inches high. Not much, but it will, at least for like a year, discourage my neighbors from letting their dogs shit in my garden. So I've got this nice U-bed, and everything, all of the materials from this fence I got from pruning suckers off of this crabapple tree, and then the crabapple tree down at the end of the driveway, and then those box elders that are over by the trash can. So that was a fun little project. I'm not really sure how long that will hold together, but I'm enjoying it for now. And it's got a very nice purple red color. I think the crabapple and the box elder would go real nice together. So this is all going to be, once we get more compost in, this is all going to be pollinator plants, wildflowers. I've already put in some seeds on this part on the south, where I have managed to put some compost in, but the compost that we do have is not very fine and needs more time to break down. It's all still pretty much sticks and leaves at this point with some brown goo, but I had a lot of seeds that needed to cold stratify, so I've just thrown them out here so that they can get exposed to the cold and any rain or snow we do get. And then I'll put more compost here, and I might sheet mulch all of this area between the trees and the pollinator patch. So I might rework this later depending on how much compost I get brought in and how many. So I've got this cute little nursery zone. The trees that I put in here were previously in a milk crate and in a shopping basket, and they were still very frozen, although the ground in the south of the house is soft enough to dig. So I just planted them in here because this was all a frozen solid block, and I figure once the ground warms up a little and this thaws, I may transplant some of these peaches elsewhere, but for now they're in the ground, and that's better than a milk crate. Moving on, I have planted the rest of the get down here. I planted the rest of the chestnuts in here, and the containers that these were in, I also had planted with yarrow, and there's a bit of lemon balm and some tulsi just for cover. So we'll probably get some of that in here. And then also today I transplanted some nettle here and here, and that's a mugwort plant. And I also accidentally dug up a piece of comfrey root, so I chopped it into 3 pieces and put them in along here, which is a pretty wet area because this is a functional sprinkler. So that's what's new in the front. The funnel is starting to come back. It's very small, but it's happening. We've had a very dry winter, and that is that's an understatement. We've had the driest winter on record. So I'm really unsure of how much of the things I planted for perennial and like annuals that will reseed themselves, how much success we'll have this year. But I'm mulching heavily, and I have already watered the garden once this year, and it's January. So yep, we're not panicking about the drought. It's fine. It's totally fine. These walking onions can survive just about anything. And they're starting to come back. So, chard is starting to come back. I hate chard. I don't love it anymore. And our yard is full of it. So, that's just what we get. Oh, I also dug out some California poppy here because we had so much of it that just... This all came from one seed packet last year, and it was very happy. And I love these plants, so I have spread them out. Heck yes. This is arugula that self-seeded itself, so we're going to just let that do its thing. This is Amona. I'm going to come down over here. This is the remains of our compost pile. We cannot make compost fast enough. I probably got about like 3 or 4 buckets worth here that I can use in the front, but again, it's mostly sticks at this point, so a lot of this will go back into the compost for another round. Because the last round we made was too brown, and then this one was too green, but we're learning. And this area has snow peas that I put in as a cover crop, along with some oats and some walking onions. And this area also has some strawberries that I put in as crowns in the fall. So excited to see what happens. This area did not exist last year. So it's just been really good to have this space to come out and walk the loop. See what's new, see the sun, see if the birds want to eat my burnt quinoa. They do not. It's fine. Not a lot's up right now, but the kale and the onions. I'm very grateful for this kale. Okay, I don't really have anything else to say about the back garden. We've got some... What is this? That looks like a purple collard green, perhaps. Or it's a kale. That might be a red Russian kale. We'll have to come back and check. Rosemary. I'll just chuck this over here. There we go. Okay. We had quite a bit of wind earlier this week, and it wasn't anything like the windstorm we had in 2020, I'll tell you that, but it was pretty windy. Yeah, I'm excited to see how these collards do this year, because 2020 was the last year yes, it was the last year. It was also the first year that I've ever grown a lot of things, like, well, among many things, collard greens. Got some, looks like, arugula that's starting to come back up. So, really been enjoying that. Okay, well, now that I have no more plants in this corner, because this is where I had all of the trees in milk crates and large, now it's just a leaf pile, which I was using to insulate them. But I think I may grow trees again here this year, because I've got probably about 5-10 pounds of seeds in the fridge. I'm just cold stratifying. I have a lot of chestnuts and other fruit and nuts. This also. Wow, you're doing really quite well for January. I'm very pleased. This is the, where was I? Oh, I don't know. Transplanted out some of these nettles to stick in the front yard as well, because they did pretty well here, but I think they would do better in a place that has an automated sprinkler in the summer. Yep, everything's pretty crunchy, at least on the surface. I did not actively mulch here, but because there's a pear tree and a Siberian elm, I just let the leaves passively mulch this bed. Okay, well, I think most of my new updates were just this bed in the front. I'm very excited, fantasizing about sitting here in the summer with like lots of tall, fragrant flowers just right here, watching the sunset. You know, it's a pretty good view of the haze. Hope y'all are doing okay. Ha. Aha. I do really love this lamb zoo. It's very soft. Anyways, that's the update from the sandcastle. Stay hydrated, I guess.